Well, we played Detroit last year, and it was a slobber knocker. Like, they played so hard. And I could just tell from that game how much they love their coaches by the way they play. You can always tell that from teams by the way they play. They really bought in and love the experience they have in the building. So that was one thing, just like on the outside looking in. Then when I finally took my visit last week and being able to be around the coaches and like really feeling like they love and care for each one of their players. And, like, they want to be great. They're not out here just collecting a check. Like, they want to make a change. And that was the biggest thing for me. And them just, like, believing in me and giving me the opportunity to come in and compete to play in Detroit. So that was the first thing right there. Yeah.
How about the opportunity that you have to, I know obviously injuries have probably been disappointing for you the last couple of years, but to get out on the field, have an opportunity to, maybe be in a starting role and play some prominent snaps for this team.
Definitely. You can't predict injuries. It sucks, and you have to realize, like, the best ability is availability. So I had to get the injury bug out of the way, and hopefully with this fresh start, new beginnings, I can work that out. Because when I'm on the field, I'm very productive, and now hopefully I can bring that to Detroit and compete for a starting role and just be able to make this defense better, make this team better, and bring the culture that I learned from all the vets when I was in Baltimore. And just talking to Quandre, he used to be here, so being able to talk to him and just being able to advance my level of play mentally and physically so I can be able to last longer throughout the season, I think that would be great. But, yeah. He went to Texas, and we have the same agent, and he's like a big brother to me, a mentor. He's a great person, so, that's a great guy to look up to.
Lots changed since Quandre left here, obviously, and, maybe he didn't leave on the best of terms. What kind of endorsement, I guess, did he give to Detroit, whether the team, the ownership, the city?
It was more of like the way they play here. It kind of gives you character of the city. Saying gritty, hard-nosed, hard-working people. And that reminds me a lot of Baltimore. So that was another reason why I came here, because I wanted to go somewhere where I feel like it matched my game. Like, I've heard people been saying, like, Coach says bite kneecaps off people. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that kind of matches a little way how I play. So I think that's the best way to phrase that.
You did hit on the injuries a little bit. We were just talking to Frank Ragnow. He missed a lot of last year with an injury, and just the mental hurdles of coming with that. You're part of the team, but you're not really part of the team maybe during that week. So 3 seasons out of 4, you've missed extensive time. Things maybe you can't control, but just the mental, dealing with the mental aspect of that. How has that made you maybe a stronger person, stronger player?
I would say it matured me a lot, especially from coming in. I came in the league at dang near 20 years old, so being able to see the business side of football. As a kid, you think it's all about ball, and it's not. You got to understand the outer aspects of ball. And it's being able to just mature and realize what's important and what matters and how to take care of your body the right way. Eating regimen, recovery, sleep, hydration, all of it matters. So once you figure out your routine and a great way to get better for yourself and what works for you, I feel like that'll build you into a better person and you being able to be a lot better on the field, and it'll translate a lot better.
Since it's almost draft week here, do you have a draft memory? What's your draft day story?
My draft day story was actually very upsetting, bro. Like, it was just because I'm coming out of school, I was a Thorpe Award finalist. So I'm thinking, all right, well, draft boards, I thought I was going to go a lot higher than what I ended up going. And, everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? It's all in God's plan. So ended up going 6th round. I actually cut the draft off and started playing video games. So when I got the call, I wasn't even watching the draft anymore. I was just like, I don't even care. It's ball. Wherever I go, I'm going to play regardless. So, but yeah, at this point, it is what it is. That's the past. You just got to start over. Forget it.
What's the message then that you can share to young people about that weight or how it motivated you?
Don't
what it means in the end?
Don't let it stress you out, man. Because once it stresses you out and it consumes you, then you just can't, you won't find yourself anymore. Be yourself and find who you truly are. And everything else will play out. You can't worry about the stuff that doesn't matter.
What was it like waiting for your name to be called? It had to be like an agonizing thing to see name after name after name.
It depends on the type of person you are. If you're the type of person that lets it build on you and gives you anxiety, or the type of person that's gonna fuel you and you make it to where you want to work. I know there was 20 defensive backs called before me. And now it doesn't matter, but at the end of the day, I still care about it just because I want to prove I am one of the top ones out of that defensive back class. But I feel like with the first couple of years, like it goes from it fueling with anger to it fueling with figuring out a way to make that a positive situation, and I think I turned it into a positive.
Can you still name them, or do you know, like, how many
Oh,
are
I know a
there?
lot of them, but I'm not gonna. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is now. I'm going to year 5. You know what I'm saying? What'd you say? Oh, Call of Duty, Warzone only.
First impressions of Trace? Walker.
Oh yeah. Well, we were in the same class, so I met Tracy at the combine actually, and we followed each other on social media for a while, and then I was able to connect with him through Quandre. He's a great guy, really smart, and he is one of the cornerstone pillars of this team, and I feel like they're gonna continue building on him. And I congratulated him when I first got him on his new deal, and a deserved deal because I was watching his tape. I was watching a lot of NFL Game Pass before I even signed to Detroit because I figured I had some thoughts about possibly coming here. So just seeing him elevate his game, his progress throughout his 4 years of being here, and realizing last year was his best year. And I told him this in person, like, hey, there's some plays you still left out there that, you know what I'm saying, some things you could get better at, the things we can work together as a team. And I think he's welcomed me with open arms, and I can't wait to get to work with him.
You talked about proving yourself after the draft. Do you feel like after the injuries that you've had that you're still in the process of proving yourself and this is an opportunity to do that here?
Of course it is. I mean, it just not just only me. I just feel like everyone in this building, like, they want to prove that Detroit can be great. Whether it's, but we gotta take one day at a time though. Like, you can't rush anything. So it just starts with building a foundation and being great one day at a time, trying to be the best version of yourself one day at a time. And I think what they're trying to instill into these players is going to work, and I feel like it's already started to show with how hard they work.
That's some of the culture that's already in place in Baltimore that you can see them trying to put in place here, because Baltimore's kind of built that winning culture.
I would say, I mean, every place is different, but of course everyone takes a template somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Everyone wants to figure out a way to be great. And of course Baltimore is a championship organization, and I think that the best way to become champions is to take that template, work hard, being accountable, paying attention to every little detail, and the details matter. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if they were a little bit more detailed, well, we were a little bit more detailed and finished, you know what I'm saying, that would have translated over a little bit more. But yeah.
When you were here talking to Aaron Glenn, et cetera, what did they tell you about why they thought you fit what they're trying to do?
Well, I knew Duker previously because he was with the Ravens with me, but just my style of play and the type of person I am. I think the type of person I was mattered the most because, I mean, they wanted to build a certain type of character into their locker room. And I think I bring all the right traits, and I'm going to be myself at the end of the day, no matter what. I'm never going to be a fraud and be somebody I'm not. So I think that's the first thing. And then second of all, I mean, I'm aggressive. Like, I'm going to put it all on the line. Of course, I've done it before, but I had to figure out a way to stay healthy. But I think just my style of play, and when I am healthy, I make plays. I am a playmaker when I am healthy. So I think that, and then being able to bring how smart I am, I can bring that to the table as well. But regardless, at the end of the day, I'm trying to make this team win. I'm here to win. That's it. That's all I care about.
When you're watching Game Pass like that and trying to find fits, are you envisioning yourself in this game? Like, are you?
Well, the first month I started watching stuff, I was kind of just trying to, like, fill it out and try to see what type of team this is, what type of players is it, what type of guys I could potentially have in the locker room, and how hard do they truly work each individual position. Then, I started trying to put myself in certain situations of where I would plug into and plays that I can make, and knowing plays that I see what was missed out, or how things could be a lot better.
Is that because they reached out to you early? I mean, why were you looking at the Lions?
Conversations with my agent. That's about it. I did it with a couple teams. I was away from football for a while, so I got bored. Just wanted to catch back up on some ball. I missed it, man.
Being aggressive and playing that way, I'm not intimately familiar with, like, your injury history. So is that where some of them came from? Just your hard-hitting style
Honestly, I would say none of my injuries actually came from the way I play. I think a lot of them are just freak injuries. Like, I broke my arm my rookie year. Second year, I was going for an interception, and my own teammate ran into my knee, and I tore my knee up. And last year, I've tackled Dalvin Cook. I put him down, and the pec just tore. I mean, I don't know where it could come from, but I pray to God that my injury bug is out of the way so I can finally do what I plan to do.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.